Sometimes you want to perform a smaller task where no input values are required. Then you will create the function without arguments and with no return value. In that case, the function executes a set of statements but doesn't receive any values and will not produce even return value. So those type of functions are called as functions with no arguments and no return. Let me create a file functions2.js. I would like to demonstrate functions with no arguments and no return. For example, there is a simple function, let's say show city, and I would like to print some output in this case. Let's say for example New York. So that you can call the same function multiple times. As of now, this program doesn't produce any output because the function has not been called at least once. So we have to call that function at least once, then only it executes. And this is another way to create the function, that is either you can write let variable name equal to function, or another way of creating the same is function space variable name. So with this given name, a variable will be created. That variable stores reference of this function. Alright, now we are trying to run this program. So we are getting that output once because we have called it only once. Let's call the same multiple times. So each time whenever you call the function, from the calling portion, it jumps to a definition of the function and executes all these statements that are present here. So after completion of all the statements execution, it comes back to the same portion, that is where it is called originally. So in that way, this statement will be completed. And later, when you call the same function once again, the same process repeats once again. So again, it goes to the definition of the function. It executes all these statements one by one and comes back to the same place where it is originally called. In this way, each time when you call the function, the execution sequence jumps to the calling portion and comes back to the same place where it is called. It happens every time when you call the function. So, since we have called that function 3 times, so 3 times it goes to the function and executes the body of the function. So we will get the same output 3 times here. This is how you create simple functions with no arguments and no return value.